back to Rugby Wrap-Up. I'm Matt McCarthy in Las Vegas after the conclusion of yet another successful Vegas Sevens tournament. And with me right now is CEO of USA Rugby, Nigel Melville. Nigel, thanks for coming on.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Nigel, the team struggled here before finishing strong. It's going to be a tough go to get to the Olympics. What do you think going forward?
Well, there's 115 countries think it's going to be tough to get to the Olympics. 12 will get there. So it's a huge challenge for everybody. It'll be another year plus before we actually, challenge for that. So we're building a program. As you'd probably noticed this week, a lot of new faces, a lot more competition down at Chula Vista with 25 players now in residency, and some fresh ideas, some fresh blood in there. And I thought they did very well this weekend. They didn't get beaten heavily by anyone. They could have won all their games.
Indeed, if it was 13 minutes and 58 seconds, it's a whole different animal.
It's tough when you're a young team. You got to learn some lessons about how to wind the clock down, how to use the clock, and make sure you hold the game. But I think against Argentina, they were still going to try and win in the last second, which was admirable, but would have taken the draw rather than a loss.
Some would argue that picking the captain, solid veteran player, as the coach was a bit risky. What do you say to that?
It's very difficult in this particular series when you're around the world. It's unique. People coming in have to know what's going on. And one thing we did with Alex Magleby is we wanted to keep some sustainability in the program. We'd built quite a lot over the last year. We wanted to keep developing the way we were playing and what we were doing. And Matt was very much involved in that process, on the field and off the field.
Right.
So he was in a slight coaching role as well at the same time, so he was bringing on. And we saw it more as succession planning than he was coaching other teams. He's coached before. He's coached at San Diego State. It's not that he's never coached before. He's a veteran and he understands the game. He understands the circuit. He's been on the circuit for a number of years, and that information, that experience is absolutely crucial to us, and that will benefit the program going forward.
As a fan, watching those last-minute debacles, if you will, I got to think, if Hawkins is out there, that crafty veteran is going to kill that clock.
You've got to look at his career. He's slowing down. He probably wouldn't have got in that team now. We need young players. We're looking at a team for 15 months' time when we start qualifying for the Olympics, and he probably wouldn't have made it. We're looking at the next generation here, and they've got stuff to learn, and they'll learn on the videos. They'll see that and say, oh, if we'd done this, you learn.
With the 25 now in residency, are they all contracts?
Yes, contracted in all different ways, yeah, but they basically are on what we call residency programs. So they eat on site, they train on site, they have a daily training environment, they live off site, but they come in each day and train, so they all sort of stay together, and they get a stipend. It's not a great salary, they get a stipend, a certain amount of money. Some get more than others, but the game is changing slightly as well. It's becoming a little bit more sophisticated. Everyone's got wearing GPS now and tracking players. Everyone's following each other. The games are really close, as you can see. And the thing about Sevens rugby, it can turn at any time, and our players are so much more skillful than they were 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. So it's going to be great and very interesting in the next 15 months.
Carlin Isles, unbelievable tournament. We're losing them to the Detroit Lions.
He's still got to make a decision. I spoke to him a couple of days ago, and he was saying, well, I don't really know if I want to do football. I really enjoy the rugby. And he's not so sure. So he's going to give it a go, see what it's like. But, the door is certainly always open here.
Well, we got Hayden Smith back for the program. Right?
Yeah, and he played really well this week. And the good thing about it is he's really growing as a rugby player. He looked like a rugby player. He's some great moves. He's reading it much better. His handling's better. His defence has been excellent. He didn't miss any tackles this week.
And he came in the second half, stripped the ball, got back into play, ran it all the way down. Unbelievable play.
And he's one of these guys that lights the place up. He comes on and something's going to happen. He's very passionate about rugby. He really does enjoy it. And if he has to make a really tough call, I wouldn't say it'll all go football's way.
Okay, changing gears. The Elite Cup, future of it, what's going on with it?
Well, it's an Elite Cup. We're still going to run the Elite Cup. He's bound at the moment. It's the Eastern teams. My argument about the Elite Cup, it has to be elite. You want the best teams playing it. You don't want to water it down. You don't want to bring teams in. Otherwise, you're just back to D1. You're going to be national and go and play the best teams in the country. There are challenges with funding. We all know that. There are challenges with sponsors, absolutely. But what can we deliver back? What sponsor does he get back for his money? They want return on investment, and that's a difficult one.
A couple of the California clubs, a couple of the Washington State clubs, are they doing their own union?
They're doing a little league.
How does that impact the Division I domestic rugby in the United States and the Elite Cup?
They can make a choice where they play. If they want to play in Division I and go for a national title, they're quite entitled to do so. But for me, I want to be the best in the nation. If I was a club, I want to be the best in the nation, and then I want to play the best teams more often if I can.
A team like the New York Athletic Club, they've made the argument that with the new structuring of the GUs.
Geographical unions, they're playing the clubs in their regions.
Other than the Elite Cup matches, which is basically a Heineken Cup kind of model, right? So Nyack now has to play against Rochester, Buffalo, my club, the New York Rugby Club, and their argument is this isn't good competition for them, and to be locked into this.
But it would have had the Elite Cup as well with the teams from the Pacific Coast, and they've gone away. So we've now got the East Coast, so they'll play each other more often, which was a little bit Super League-ish anyway. They need more games, they need better games, and the challenges are money and geography. I thought the Elite Cup final last year was terrific. For that to go away, I think it's disappointing. I don't think it's in the club's benefit.
All right, thanks for coming on. It's much appreciated.
Pleasure.
And let's go have a beer someplace.
Let's go do that.
All right, Matt McCarthy
Thank
with
you.
Nigel Melville in Las Vegas, signing off for Rugby Wrap-Up.
USA! 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 USA!